8 steps, which you will. I think I'll just let you take you us through this, and you just give me the next page.
Okay. This one really is to show where the figures are lying, and to leave a space later on for the dinosaur figures there. It's really a design. It's really a design element. It's very difficult when you're doing a big battle, so that everything doesn't get lost. Because you can do lots of people fighting, and they're just on top of each other, and you can't really see what's going on. So it's actually very difficult to do a big battle thing. So there is basically it's the outlines of the figures. You can kind of see which ones are which just from this element. You can see it's Wolverine.
Yeah.
You can't really see any Spider-Woman's there, but so the next one is the figures are the same, but I've thrown the foliage and I've thrown the dinosaur in. That's pretty much fully penciled. A lot of the times I mean, not that, but the dinosaur and the foliage is fully penciled. A lot of the times I won't pencil so tightly because it's not really needed. But I did this breakdown for an actual magazine article. They wanted to see the process, so I kept copying things and gone that way. Okay, so here I've put the background further in, like the trees in the background. I wanted that to be kind of a dead line, so it drops further back. The next one I've started to put the costume details on the figures. Now you can make out the Thor and Ares. I put some more figures in the background. I think there's one figure I changed completely because I didn't really like it. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was Beast on the previous page. It was a totally different situation. So they're really just figuring out the costumes and who the characters are.
Next page.
Next. Okay, so here I've started to ink it in, leaving out the black at the moment. The way I'll tend to work is like this. I will throw in I will do all the ink work, and then I'll go around the outlines of the black images, the solid blacks, so that I can then go in with a thicker brush and just throw the black spaces in. If I went in with a thicker brush straight away, I'd be terrified of going over the lines too much. So I'll go around the lines first with a pen or a smaller brush, so that I negate that chance of mistake. Really. So that's that image. That's with the solid black. It's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. That's the next one. That's the finished version. You'll notice I've put a grey wash in the background, so that 4 figures fall forward. I didn't really like the colour, to tell the truth. I think it muddies up the image. There's a lot of depth in this one because of the grey background, because the 4 figures are darker than the dinosaur. This one brought the dinosaur too forward. The shine in the trees kind of brought it all forwards, brought the background forwards. I wasn't overly keen on the colours, and obviously Laura didn't colour this one. There's a lot of effects on there which I wouldn't necessarily put on, the shines on the arms and all that kind of stuff. But we were close to the deadline on this book, so it had to get done.
And this one, how much work do you use on doing this? This is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
But before that, you answer that question, I think I was seeing this one for sale, and it's for sold.
Oh, probably, yeah.
How many $1,000?
I can't remember.
$2,000-$3,000?
I can't remember, because it was an interior page. It doesn't get much on the cover.
But this was like next door. There you have a lot of characters.
Maybe 1,200. I can't remember.
Okay.
I am a notoriously crap at pricing my pages. Don't take advantage of this because I haven't got any pages with me. Okay. that's why I use an art dealer, really, because he knows how much the page is worth and how much people will buy it for. Sorry about that.
Well, that was an example using X-Men, and then moving on to Stephen King's, because that's been a part of your life now for a while.
3 years now.
How did it come to be? Did they just call saying like, we want you to illustrate something by Stephen King?
I was working on Captain America, and I truly enjoyed Captain America. I really enjoyed working with Ed Brubaker. His scripts, in a way, are very much like Mike's because they're very visual. You can see the page right in front of you when you're reading the script. And so I was very happy on Captain America. The only problem was Steve Epstein started that run of the book. And we were doing alternate arcs on Captain America. So I would do 3 issues, Epstein would do 3 issues, I'd go back for 3 issues. And even though I was doing 3 issues, people online or elsewhere would be going, oh, Steve Epstein did great work this issue. And I'd be like, it was me. So I felt that my name wasn't being put forward. It wasn't, which is fair enough. It was Steve's book. I wasn't really worried about, stealing Steve's limelight. It's not the point. But really, in this business, all you have is your name, and it's about getting your name in front of as many people as possible so that they remember your name, and then they can follow you, or the editors can see that your name can actually be put in a book and can sell the book. So I said to the editors, I said, look, I'm looking to move on. I don't feel my name is getting known. And we were talking about this before. You have to have a relationship with your editor. You have to be able to be forward with them. You don't want to just ignore phone calls. So I'm very good with the editors. I let them know what's happening, what the problems are, and they turned around and said, well, do you want to do the adaptation of Stan? And I was like, okay, that sounds good.
You have read it before?
I hadn't. I actually, when they offered it to me, I went and bought it, and I read it over the weekend. I just read it cover to cover.
It's 1,350 pages.
Yeah, it's a big book. So after I read it, I knew that I was going to do it.
You also probably knew that you were committed for a long time.
Not necessarily. Originally, they were talking about it being 8 issues.
Would that be possible?
No. Well, they were going to severely abridge it, and then they realized, okay, maybe 12 issues. And then they said, okay, if we're going to do this, we have to do it properly. It has to be a definitive version, and we have to follow the unabridged version of the book. There's 2 different versions. And it has to be, we don't want other people coming along in 5-10 years' time saying, okay, that adaptation of The Stand was great, but there's going to be better. So we needed the definitive version of this novel, and that's why it went to 30 issues, and it's now 31, because we just need that extra issue, which for me was like, oh, one more issue, oh God. So it's actually 31 issues, and that rounds up to about 3.5 to 4 years of work, really. But I've also been working on other things as well, like the Thor comic.
Yeah, I remember that you just needed a break.
Right.
But working with this could put you into contact with Stephen King, because
right.
I know he likes to keep at least some control. Well, not definitely control.
You wouldn't think so, since you make films, but
not early on. Yeah, I agree. Anybody seen the TV version of The Stand? 6 hours.
I haven't seen it.
Who liked that one?
I haven't seen it. I've stayed away from it because I never wanted it to influence how I saw the book. We have to put ideas forward first. We have to draw tryout pages for it, which we'll get onto later. And we also have to do character sketches.